Let's get ready to rumble!
Welcome back, Chasers and Chasettes, to the first episode, the first rendition, the first take of Keepin It Real. It's your host, Rundown Keem, and I want to thank you, and I want to welcome you to Keepin It Real. On today's episode of the show, we're going to cover a topic called Brotherhood. Before I deep dive into today's show, I want to introduce myself. First of all, my name is Keem Dawkins. I'm 5'11", and I'm weigh about 178 pounds. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm a father to a handsome baby boy named Zahid. He's 3 now, and his birthday is coming up. It's November the 19th. I'm a fiance. Well, I have a fiance. I'm engaged. I have a fiance. My fiance, soon-to-be wife's name is BL, and we've been together now for about 5 years. In fact, our anniversary just passed on June 27th of this year, 2024. I used to be a blue-collar worker. I've done a slew of jobs, however, from fast food to warehouse to pool cleaning. I've done whatever the fuck you could think of. I've fucking done it. But now I'm a full-time content creator, and I am the host of this wonderful, wonderful show that you are listening to now. Sorry if I sound like a robot. This is my first fucking episode of podcast ever, and I want to get it the fuck right. Not to mention, bro, I've been trying to figure this out all day. Like, I've been trying to figure out how to get this podcast shit to work for about a week now, bro. And it's like, I want to do it right so that way y'all enjoy this shit, but it's like, bro, listen, bro. If I don't get this shit, bro, like every single day, I'm just like, you know that TikTok that's like, when I see you, what is it? When I see you, Ricky, when I see you, it's like, bro, if I don't get this shit, bro, I'm done with this shit, bro. Today is the day, bro. Like, fuck it, bro. I don't need to know what Keepin It Real is, bro. But we figured it out. We got it to go. We got it to work, and we are here. I'll give you a little bit of background on the channel and what we're trying to do. So basically, I just want to have a safe space where I can come and vent to you guys. I can talk shit. I can talk about real shit going on in the world. We can listen in on real shit. We'll invite people on the show. We'll get their perspectives of the shit. We'll interview each other. We'll just kind of be a normal podcast, you know. We'll do what we're supposed to do as far as entertainment purposes, but we want feedback. That's the biggest thing that I can ask from every viewer, every listener, every subscriber, every fan on any platform, because if you don't know, I'm also like I said, I'm a content creator. I stream on Kick. I stream on Twitch. I play pretty much any game imaginable. I play with my fans, my viewers, whatever you want to call yourselves. I call you guys my community. I call you guys my bag chasers and chaseettes, because also, if you didn't know, the brand is BKA, which stands for Bag Chaser Association. So you guys, as my dream team, my loyal subscribers, my loyal viewers, my loyal fans, I call you guys my bag chasers and chaseettes. And the motto I have for you guys is go and chase a bag. It's pretty simple, right? So basically, if there's something that you don't like on the channel, if there's something you want on the channel, if there's something that we missed on the channel, or if there's something you want that, I don't know, we haven't even thought of on the fucking channel, I don't know, shit, I'm just spitballing shit, bro. Just fucking get in contact with me. The best way to do that is Discord, okay? The Bag Chaser Association community or server. I call it a community, people call it server, we call it fucking tomato, whatever the fuck you want to call it that shit, all right? So that's the best way to get in contact with me. When I post this, I'll of course attach the link tree, which has all my links to find me: my YouTube, my gaming YouTube, my fucking Twitch link, my Kick link, my TikTok, my Instagram, my Twitter or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it now. Basically, yeah, I'm gonna have all that shit on like a bio or description. There will be somewhere that you'll be able to click that link and you'll be able to go and you'll be able to stay up to date with me and everything I have going on in my life. But yeah, So with all that bullshit out of the way, with all the introduction and pleasantries out of the way, let's go ahead and dive straight into today's topic, which, as I previously mentioned, but you probably forgot because I was rambling for like an hour for no fucking reason, brotherhood. Now, what does brotherhood mean to me? What does brotherhood mean to you? Why would I call someone a brother? Has your brother ever betrayed you? Have I been betrayed by my brother? How do you deal with betrayal? How does your family deal with betrayal? How do you respond to betrayal and respond to your family's response of betrayal? We're going to deep dive into all that in today's episode. We're not sponsored by anyone except Mary and Jane, okay? Shout out to her. Thank her for sponsoring this video. Without her, it would have been possible, but it's a boost, you know? So thank Mary and Jane, the company, for sponsoring today's show. Brotherhood. What is my point of view on brotherhood? My point of view on brotherhood is simple. That's your brother. That's someone that you can depend on. That's someone you can rely on. That's someone that you can call in your time of need and despair. Someone that came out of the same hoo-ha. And sometimes your brother may not be someone that came out of the same hoo-ha. It just may be someone that you met in life. You've gone through certain life experiences with them. You trust this person with your life. You would do anything for that person, and you hope that vice versa on the do anything for them. You would hope they do anything for you. It's a pretty cut and dry point of view of brotherhood. What is a brother supposed to do? I mean, have your back when you need it. Be there to pick you up when you fall. Tell you, you're wrong when you're wrong, and tell you you're right when you're right. Be there to help you fight your battles. No, your brother is not your dad, but he is your brother. Reasons why I would call you my brother. I mean, it's kind of in the explanation of brotherhood. I call you my brother because you have my back. I call you my brother because when I need you, you were there. I call you my brother because, again, you're my brother. You do brotherly things. You're my brother. You're your brother's keeper, which makes me, or not makes me, but which inclines me to become my brother's keeper. So I would call you my brother because I know that at the end of the day, I'm kept by you and you're kept by me. If anything were to happen, you were to step up and take over and control the situation, control the narrative. So that's why I'd call you my brother. This is pretty simple. Now, the betrayal of brothers. And this is actually pretty funny because I have a story about this, and that's kind of, I think, why this topic was chosen for today's story. But I was actually betrayed by a brother of mine, someone that I would have never expected to have been betrayed by, someone that I would have never seen coming, something that shocked not myself, but shocked a lot of people, shocked everyone that associates with us, that knows about us, because we were like Batman and Robin, like Kodak and Jack Boy. We were, inseparable or inseparable, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean. But my brother, he allowed money to cloud his mind. He allowed money to cloud his judgment, and he decided to make some choices that were unbecoming of a brother, and for that I had to remove him from my life. I had to separate myself from him. We could no longer be brothers, we can no longer be friends, we can no longer be anything. The relationship was completely null and void. It was completely dead, stumped on, destroyed. So I'll explain. The situation involves three of us, me, my brother, and this other gentleman that we know. Now, the gentleman that we know, I met him at school. Like I've known this guy about probably like maybe 4 years now, 3 years maybe. So about 3 or 4 years I've known this guy, right? And we'll just call him Gio, okay? And so Gio and I went to school together, right? And one day, I'll give you guys the full backdrop of this. Okay. So in my past life, before I became saved and a family man and everything like that, I used to do not so legal things that were the opposite of the law. And one time, Gio and myself, we did something that was opposite of the law, and it went horribly wrong, and we both wound up incarcerated. Now, I wound up incarcerated due to a technicality. It was a violation of probation. However, Gio wound up incarcerated due to the actual charges. He received the charges and he had to go to county jail for a year of his time. Well, he pled out, of course, first time offender, because Gio had a clean record, like he had never done anything in his life. So it wasn't really his first rodeo. But me, on the other hand, I was already on probation at the time. I already had a couple of against the law things on my record at the time anyway, so I guess he kind of just felt like, oh, and not to mention my son was about to be born in like a month or two of everything going on, so I guess he decided he was gonna step up to be the bigger man and take the charge. But I'll be honest with you, bag chasers and chasettes, he stepped up and took the charge because he wanted to feel like he was the bigger man. Like he wanted to feel like he was better. Like he was gonna come home and get some sort of street credit for it. Like he didn't do it just because to be genuine and be like, okay, I want to step up for my so-called brother. Because at the time I did call him my brother as well. It wasn't I want to step up for my brother because I know he already got his own shit going on and I want to keep him out of trouble. It was more so of I'm gonna step up so that way niggas was looking at me like, yeah, I'm that nigga. I went and I sat down and I did that time and can't nobody say shit to me. I took that shit to the chin. So he pled out, Gio pled out, and he wound up doing a year in county, and then he came home. So when he came home off the rip, he was acting weird as fuck. Because if you've ever dealt with someone that's incarcerated that you call a friend, or especially my fellas out there, my chasers out there, if you've ever in your life felt, fuck with a nigga who you was like, that's my brother, that's my dog, like I really fuck with bull. Like when he came home from jail, like if you've ever dealt with someone incarcerated that's been in jail or prison, what they do when they first come home the first day is they want to reunite. They want to reach out. They want to get in contact with you. They want to call you, text you, yo, where you at? What's up with you? They may not want to link that very first day because I have a million things to do. Like I have to go see my people. I have to go check in with my parole officer. You know what I mean? Because he came home on paperwork, mind you. He's on, I think, 8 years of paperwork, and he did a year in county. So if you ask me, it was kind of a bullshit deal, but I understand why he took it because first time and I'm really not trying to go to jail anyway. So I understand why he took it. But I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought fucking talking about a million things. But no, so he got 8 years on paperwork. He did a year in county jail, and when he came home, he was acting weird off the ripple. Like he didn't reach out or nothing, but he was on Instagram and he was watching my stories, and that's how I knew he had came home from jail, because he was on Instagram watching my stories. Now, like I said, normally, now I've been incarcerated half my life, mostly in and out of my life. I did 2 years in a juvenile prison myself. I got certified at a young age. I've gone to adult prison. I've gone to county. I've been in and out of the judicial system damn near my whole life, and I'm only 23. But by the grace of God, I've gotten it together, and you know what I mean? I'm progressing. I'm leaving that shit alone, so my son will never have to ever in his life worry about no shit like that, right? So anyways, so Gio came home. He's watching my Instagram stories and shit like that. So I automatically know that he's home. But I did miss a key part of the story. So I want to go ahead and I want to include this in the story, because on Keeping It Real, we keep it all the way the fuck real. We tell everything and we leave no stone unturned. Now, during the initial arrest, okay, I need you guys to pay attention to me, because I can't say certain shit because, it's a case, obviously, but, you know what I mean? We both got questioned. I told them, I don't know shit. I don't know, bro. They asked me, was he the one that I saw inside of the situation. Okay, we're gonna say that because again, I can't say too much. So the police asked me if Gio was the guy that I saw inside of the situation. Right now, mind you, on the camera, I have no other choice but to say that yes, that is Gio. However, prior to the situation, Gio and I had already discussed this, and this was something that never, came to light because why should it? This was our personal business. This was us. Gio and I discussed fall plans, and we already had in motion, if the plan goes sideways, this is the fall plan. The fall plan was to say, I don't know anything, Gio, okay. The cops asked me, they said, was this the guy? Yeah. Okay. That was the fall plan, right? So he got arrested and charged with the situation. I got arrested and charged with a violation. I came home in 2 weeks. I'd sat for 16 days. Came home. He sat for a year. Now, somewhere along the side, and we'll call this other character because he's an NPC, but he's very vital to the story. Now, somewhere along the way, this guy, and we'll call him Roger, okay? Roger made up in his mind that I snitched on Gio, and that was the reason why Gio was sent to lockup. But that was not the situation at all. So he got on Instagram, tagging me, posting me, oh, you snitch, you a rat, this, that, and the third. When I see you, it's on site. So I told I told Roger straight up, like, yo, that's not what happened. But since you playing with my name, when I see you, it can really be that. You know what I mean? So we left it at that. Like, I'm not finna rap with you online. Mind you, to the best of my knowledge, the last known whereabouts of Roger that I knew was New York. Mind you, I'm not in New York. I'm not close to New York. So I know I said I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but I don't live in Philadelphia. I'm in Florida at the moment. So if I'm in Florida and you're in New York, how the fuck am I going to do something to you? And the only reason you rapping with me online is because you know that you're in New York and I'm in Florida, so it's not really nothing that we can do. So I deaded that shit. Like, you can do what you want to do. I blocked the nigga. I went on about my day. So Roger goes and tells all of Gio's homeboys and all his friends, like, yo, he snitched, he's a snitch, he snitched on him, and this, that, and the third. So now he's built the narrative that I snitched on Gio, and Gio is locked up because I snitched on Gio. When in reality, Gio and I had already made a fall plan for the situation that no one was privy to, because again, we didn't share this with anybody. It was an inside thing. And the plan went according to exactly how it was supposed to go. So everybody else just kind of was tripping, but again, I ain't no punk bitch, and mama ain't raised no bitch, so fuck nigga, if it's really that, then it can be that. So one of Gio's homeboys hit me up because we used to record at my house when we were making music at the time. We used to record at my house. We had an in-home studio, and at the time when we got arrested, we were still at that house, and we had the studio equipment in the house. So Gio's homeboy texts me like 4 or 5 months later after the situation happened and was like, yo, I'm trying to come by the house and pick up Gio's laptop. And I was like, bro, I moved, because I had moved, and I was like, but you know what I mean, if you trying to come to the new cribbo, I can drop low. Bro was like, nah, that's cool, never mind, I ain't tripping off of it. Then he texts me again, right? And now this time I kind of was like, what the fuck he keep texting me for? But he asked me, he was like, yo, I'm trying to get in contact with Gio. How do I get in contact with Gio? Like, how do I contact an inmate on the inside type shit? So I explained to him how to contact his homeboy, and that was the last time he contacted me, period. Right? Mind you, what did I just tell y'all, chasers and chasettes? That when he asked me to come to my house, I told him I moved, and I told him I can drop you to New Low and you can come pick up the laptop. And he told me, nah, that's cool, I'm not even worried about it, fuck it. And then waited like 3 days and texted me about how to contact his friend Gio that was locked up. That was it, that was all. So we fast forward to where Gio came home and being weird. Now that was the whole backstory of why he was possibly acting weird. So he comes home, he's watching my Instagram, and I tell my brother, who we're gonna call Cody. Yeah, We'll call him Cody. So we have Cody, who is my brother. We have Gio, who is my homeboy, but I call him my brother because we have been through a whole lot of shit together. Like I said, we've known each other for 3-4 years. We met in school, in high school, and fucking our junior year. And from there, we just kind of, kicked it off. Like, bro is my mud brother for real. Like, we really went through some shit. So, we have Gio, who's the homeboy brother. And then we have Roger, who I also met at school when the same time I met Gio. But Roger told me that he had known Gio for the longest time. Like, he had met Gio in middle school. But then years later, come to find out, Gio tells me, like, bro, I didn't even move to Florida because he's from Chicago. And he was like, I didn't even move to Florida until high school. So there's no way that bro knew me in middle school. But Roger is a habitual liar, and he's a bitch-ass pussy fuck nigga who likes to talk shit online. But we'll get to that later on in the story. So boom, here we go back with Gio and his weird shit. So I tell my brother Cody, I'm like, hey yo, Gio's home, fam. And Cody at first didn't believe me. He was like, nah, because like he ain't home. He would have tapped in with you. Right. Because again, when you come home from being incarcerated, the first thing you do is tap in with your people and make sure that you straight, everybody straight, everything's good. He did not do so. So I told Cody, my brother, I'm like, yo, bro, he's home. Like, I'm telling you, he's home. Like, unless somebody hacked his page, he's home. And I knew nobody had hacked his page because the entire time, nobody was watching my page. But around the time when he was supposed to come home, that's when somebody started watching my page from his page. I'm not a fucking moron, and I know how to deductive reason. And my fucking brother has the fucking brain of a bird, so it makes sense. So like 2 weeks went by, okay? 2 weeks went by, Chasers and Chasettes, and he finally texts me. So 2 weeks of stalking my motherfucking Instagram page, watching my story, every story I post, just watching it. First motherfucking viewer, every fucking time. So boom, on the motherfucking second week of him being home, he finally texts me, yo. So I text back, yo, what's up? Bro ass was like, I'm home, fam, woo and shit. So I play the shit sweet because I'm trying to act like I already don't know you been home, fuck nigga. I've been watching you be home this whole time. You ain't really, you know what I mean? You ain't really sweet, jit. Like, I know you home, fuck nigga. Like, get off that. So I'm like, yeah, type shit, happy you home and shit, and woo. Now, off the double dribble, bro, he's been home for 2 weeks, right? We haven't spoken about the whole snitch situation. We haven't spoken at all because, again, the part of the ball plan was if one of us goes down, we do not contact the other one, okay? That was part of the plan. So him doing his bid had nothing to do with me. As far as I was concerned, I didn't know him, and as far as he was concerned, he didn't know me, okay? Okay, right? So, boom. So that's when I was like, what you been on? You know what I'm saying? You straight, woo and shit. And he was like, yeah, I missed you, this, that, and the third. Okay, you missed me, my nigga, but you been home for 2 weeks and you ain't said shit to me since you been fucking home. Like, cuz, you're green, fuck. You're green as fuck, jit. So, anyways, moving forward. So, we play this shit off. First thing out this nigga mouth, yo, you trying to link? Now, Chasers and Chasettes, like I said previously, I've done things that are on the other side of the law. So what this sounds like to me is a motherfucking setup. Now, I don't know about you, but I know me personally, and the shit sounds like a setup. We haven't spoken about the snitch allegations yet. Excuse me, right? We haven't spoken about the snitch allegations. Mind you, whole conversation that we had, we have not spoken about the snitch allegations. Your homeboy asked me how to get in contact with you while you were incarcerated. I know for a fact that he had contact with you, and I know for a fact that Roger had contact with them and told them that I snitched on you. Hell, the whole Instagram saw it because he fucking posted it on the fucking Instagram and tagged me in it, right? So, with that being fucking said, brother, I'm sorry, I said brother. With that being fucking said, bro, you obviously know that you've heard that they saying I snitched on you, right? You have not addressed this with me. We're grown ass men. Why have you not said anything? So off the dribble, that's when I knew, yeah, buddy, weird as fuck. I already knew you weird as fuck because you came home for 2 weeks and ain't said shit but been stalking my page like a female would do. But nigga, you come home, I know you heard about the snitch allegations and you still ain't said shit to me about it. You still haven't addressed it, but you want to link me? Hell no. Red flag. So I told bro, like, I'm making up bullshit. I'm like, I can't right now. I'm at work and shit, all this other shit. Like, every time he trying to link, I'm like, hell no. Whole time while I'm not trying to link. Okay, again, we won't say too much, but I know that if I'm put in a life or death situation, I'm coming home to my family, and that's all I'm gonna say. So it's not I'm not linking him because I'm scared to link him, or I'm like, oh, he might try to jump me, or it woo and this, that, and the third, because I obviously know it's already a setup. I don't want to come over there because what's the point? I have a family. I'm trying to stay out the streets. I'm trying to stay away from the bullshit. I'm not worried about no court cases, no bullshit. But if I come over to your house already knowing, and then it get hectic, and now what? Now I'm facing charges, and now I've lost my family and my child for what? No fucking reason. So I'm like, nah, fuck it. I'm taking the high road as an adult male. And then I play him sweet, right? Because I'm like, Jit, you want to link so bad, let's play sweet. So I text his ass one day, and I'm like, yeah, you trying to link and shit? He like, yeah. I'm like, shit, pull up at the mall. You know what I mean? It's a public place. You can pull up if you really trying to see a nigga and we trying to chill. We can get some food, do some shopping, and get up out of this bitch, go our separate ways or whatever the fuck, right? Like we used to do before he got incarcerated. My nigga, we would go to the mall. We'd spend bread at the mall buying clothes and shit. We'd go to Walmart, spend a bag at Walmart buying shit. We'd go get tattoos and shit to get like, nigga, when I tell you this nigga was my brother, like this nigga was my real live mud brother. Like, nigga, we did every fucking thing together. Like, everything, my nigga. Like, no Diddy of fucking course. Get off that shit, you sick-minded bastards. But we did everything together, my nigga. Like, real shit. So, I tell him, let's link at the mall. You know what I mean? And, you know, we can cool it. He tell me, nah, he busy and shit, right? So every time I start telling him, like, let's link in public places, he's always busy. Which also confirmed for me, like, yeah, this fuck nigga trying to get wicked. So if it get wicked, it's gonna be that. Like I just said, Chasers and Chase says, if I'm put in a life or death situation, I'm coming home to my family at the end of the fucking day. My mom's not gonna be on the news crying in Channel 30 and Fox News and bullshit like that. You know what I mean? So, continuing. So back to telling my brother fucking Cody. So I tell Cody, I'm like, Cody, look, bro, Jit weird. Like at this point, it's been like about a month or two, and I'm telling him everything that's been going on. Like, because at this point, my brother does not live in Florida. He lives in Ohio. So I'm telling him, I'm like, yeah, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. And he like, yeah, that fuck nigga pressed because he feels some type of way. So this whole fucking time, and again, I won't say too much, but the whole time, my brother and I had concocted a plan against fucking Gio, and it was basically, you know what I mean, it wasn't gonna be good for Gio. Like no, you know what I mean, violent shit, like none of that. But basically, we wanted to accommodate the wealth of Gio at a substantially discounted rate of $3.99. So that was the original plan. And I also skipped a part, Chasers and Chasettes. So go ahead. This part right here is about to make you like really jump out of your seats when you hear this. So after I was released from my incarceration, because mind you, I did 16 days, he did fucking a year. He had still had some of his personal belongings at my house, like his phone and his laptop, his wallet, and shit like that. Which his girlfriend did eventually come and get, now that I think about. So when his homeboy did text me and ask me if his laptop was still there, I knew that also was a setup, but I had time for the bullshit that day, which is why I told him I can drop low and we can really get like that. But he was like, nah, you know what I mean, fuck that. Upon being incarcerated, my fiance, she discovered in his phone nude photographs of her in his phone. Now when I tell you how it was, again, y'all gonna be like, bro, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, he was living in your house. And I forgot to mention as well, he was in fact living in my house. He was living with us because we had a 3-bedroom apartment. And at the time, my son had his own room. We had our own room. And then the other room was the in-home studio, but it had a pull-out couch in it. So he was just going in there, sleeping on the couch and shit, hanging out, bringing this bitch over, and they sleeping shit on the couch because we had a TV in that hole. Like, it was set up. It was a real home studio for real. So he was living with us basically at this point. Like, this nigga was at my house 6 days out of 7 days of the week. And if he go home to like his mom's house on like the fucking 7th day, he'd be back at my house back on fucking that same fucking Sunday night type shit, right? So it became to the point like he was full blown a roommate. right? Mind you, he was living there for free. I didn't charge bro no bills. All I would say was like, because he drank sodas and waters and shit like that, like they would eat up food and shit. So my only requirement was, if you eat something up, if you drink something up, just replace that shit. Like if you drink up a whole 12 pack of Dr. Pepper, go to the store, get another 12 pack of Dr. Pepper and refill it. That was my only obligation of living with me. You ain't have to pay no rent, you ain't have to pay no light bills, no water bills, no none of that shit. Just pay back what you buy food wise type shit, right? I, on my phone, have obviously nude photographs of my fiance, duh. And he took his phone, went and took my phone, brought the nude photographs up on my phone, and took a picture of my screen with the nude photo on it with his phone. Like, so you can see my phone in the picture and all. Now, I was this was kind of tapping on that point of the betrayal of brotherhood, but it feeds into the entire story. The plot thickens, as they say, so stay tuned. I was distraught. Like, I was destroyed. Like, I didn't know what to say, because first of all, my fiance, she was upset, obviously, because he done seen all of her fucking goodies. And fucking, I was upset because, fuck, nigga, you supposed to be my brother. You ain't living in my house. I got you around my woman. Like, because if you know me, and y'all will come to find out, chasers and chasettes, I'm very big on a private lifestyle. I don't let people around my woman. I don't let people around my son. I don't like people around her mom and her family and them unless it's necessary. You know what I mean? I'm very close. Private life, private bubble of close-knit people. You know what I mean? Because it keeps you safe and it keeps you out of bullshit too. And the lifestyle that I used to live, it obviously definitely kept us safe and out of bullshit. So for me to see my woman, because she took a picture of it, mind you, she took a picture of it so that way when I came home from the incarceration, I could see it. She had her proof, because while I was incarcerated, his girlfriend did come and get his personal belongings from my house. So when I came home, she showed me this fucking pictures, it was like 3 of them, of different positions. Okay, don't ask shit, but just different positions of nude photographs of my girl on my phone, and he was taking pictures of his phone and all 3. So for me, if you remember, the situation, the plan that was concocted to accumulate Gio's funds from him for the substantially low discounted rate of $3.99 with my brother Cody, that plan was so easily put into play for me because I have a personal vendetta against Gio because you crossed the line when it came to that. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that's unforgivable in my book. I just can't ever trust you again, because if you do that type of shit when I'm going, and I will say this about Gio, he's now again, y'all gonna be like, hold on, what the fuck? Yeah, but it's gonna all make sense. He's one of those rapey friends. He's one of those type of niggas that'll sit here and make a rape joke like, oh, I'll go rape a bitch right now, and then he'll laugh about that shit. And we used to catch him and check him about that shit. Like, yo, don't say no bullshit like that, nigga. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's not funny type shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm very anti-rape. I don't, well, as we all should be am I saying that right? Okay, don't crucify me. Please don't crucify me if I'm saying that wrong. But what I'm saying is I'm against it. I believe that's anti, but if it's not, fuck it, I'm against it. I know that for sure is against, goddamn. So I'm 100% against rape. So I don't play that. Don't joke about that shit. Don't play with that shit. Just leave that shit alone, because that ain't no fucking toy to be, you know what I'm saying, toyed with. You know what I mean? So he's one of those type of niggas. And for me, I've always known he was one of those type of niggas, but it's like, you know what I mean, he just one of them niggas you tell to shut the fuck up and he shut the fuck up, but you still keep a watch on that type of nigga. But the fact that I already have you in my house living with me around my woman who was pregnant at the time, she was pregnant, like she was about to pop, she was about a month away from popping, I believe. So, you know what I mean, like she was about to pop when all this shit was going on. And fucking this is adding stress to her pregnancy. But at the end of the day, bro, you supposed to be my brother. You supposed to be my dog. You supposed to be my nigga. And this is the type of shit you do. And then you hiding this shit in your fucking phone. And then fucking what happens if I go step out right quick and leave her here with you? Like, I run to the store because I trust you around my woman. And fucking I come home and she on the, like, girl, like, you know what I mean? I think about shit like that. I know I'm an overthinker and it didn't happen, so I need to not think about that shit and don't say it. Obviously, you can speak in spirit. But I think about it, and I'm the type of person, like I say, bro, I'm not going for that. So it would have wound up a hell of a lot worse for Gio. You know what I mean? Had he been home when I seen this. So the fact that he wasn't home, made the concocted plan, like I said, with Cody, a hell of a lot easier to co-sign on. So we had already made the plan that when Cody came back to Florida, because Gio is still in Florida, we was gonna go over to Gio's house and we was gonna, get our discounted rate. And that was just gonna be it. That was gonna be all. But somewhere along the way, my brother Cody lost his fucking mind. Gio, let's start with Gio. So Gio had given me access to his debit cards, his bank account. And with his debit card and bank account, he asked me to attach it to my Apple Pay because he was banned on Apple Pay. Like, he was banned on Cash App, he was banned on Apple Pay. None of those worked for him. And in order for him to make the money that he was making doing what he was doing at the time, he needed Apple Pay and Cash App. So he asked me if I could use my Apple Pay with his debit card, to which I agreed, because he was like, I'll break you off, a substantial little pocket change or whatever the case may be, and we're gonna keep it pushing. And I'm like, all right, cool. So bro was busting like 150 a plate, you know what I mean? Like 150 a plate, 150 a plate, 150 a plate. And then trying to scrump me off some little pocket change like $5. But me personally, I'm not no hating ass nigga. I don't really give a fuck. You doing your shit, I'm doing my shit. You making your money, I'm making my money. I don't give a fuck if you scraping me off anything, because at the end of the day, you didn't have to scrape me off shit. You just using my shit. But as long as my shit don't get fucked up by you doing what you doing, I'm cool. You know what I mean? I really don't give a fuck. Do what you gotta do and keep that shit pushing. One day, I was out and about. I was going to the store because I had to go pick me up some cigars, and I had to go pick me up some. Matter of fact, pause right there. What do y'all call them? Chasers and chasettes. Y'all call them cigars. Y'all call them blunts. Y'all call them cigarellos. What y'all call them? I call them blunts, cigars. I call them rellos. Whatever I'm feeling at the fucking time, I'll call them. But majority, I will call them rellos or cigars. But anyways, I was picking up some cigars. And I was picking up some other little shit for the house right quick, because I was about to come home and I was about to, smoke and choke. I have a medicinal card, so police get off my dick. So I was about to come home, I was about to smoke, and my brother Cody texted me, and he was like, bro, listen, bro. He was like, I'm down bad as fuck. I don't got no money. I can't afford no weed. I can't afford no food. I just can't afford shit. Like, is it possible that you could send me like $20, $25 so I could get some weed and I could get some food? Please, I'll pay you back type shit. Now, I'm the brother that fucking, if you ask me for something and I got it, you got it. If you ask me for something and I don't got it, I'm going to try to get it and give it to you because I'm your brother. Mind you, Cody is younger than me, so I'm his big brother. So I look at it as being his big brother to take it upon myself to make sure that my younger brother is straight. As I'm sure, you know what I mean, we all do with our younger siblings. So I tell Cody, I'm like, Cody, I don't have it. I'm like, but I mean, I do have this nigga Gio's card connected to my Apple Pay if you really trying to make a play. So he was like, hell yeah, do that shit. Fuck it. Send me that nigga money. Send me that nigga money. So I'm like, okay, you know what? It's probably a bad I fucking did. I probably shouldn't do the shit. But fuck it. Fuck that nigga. Because I'm feeling like, again, I have that personal vendetta against you, fuck nigga. You shouldn't have never in your life had my motherfucking woman's nude photographs on your motherfucking phone. And the fact that you did and you thought that shit was sweet, fuck nigga, it'll never be sweet, fuck nigga. And you better be lucky all I'm doing is taking your money and not crashing you for real type shit. So anyways, chasers and chasettes. So I tried this card for a smooth little dub and the shit worked. So I sent that nigga the dub and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me try again. Tried that shit again. I took that nigga down for a huncho that night. Sent a dub to Cody, sent a dub to my other homeboy, kept the rest for myself. Fuck that bitch ass nigga. You ain't getting that shit back. You buck, Jet. You're sweet. So the niggas tell me, nigga, I need that back. I need that back. So I tell Cody, I'm like, I'm finna tell bro that my girl had my phone because the card that he was using, I have those same cards. My girl has one and I have one. So I told bro like, yo, my girl had my phone. She used the wrong card. My fault. I'm gonna see, you know what I'm saying, if she still got it so I can send it back to you. I told Cody the same thing. I was like, but then I'm gonna tell him like she already spent the money, so he gonna have to wait type shit until I can send it back to him. And the whole time, nigga, you never getting that shit back you took up. Mind you, this was Cody's plan at first to even do the takedown, and then fucking I just executed the takedown. But even still, he knew the entire plan the entire time. We executed just like that, and then come to find out, Gio and Cody begin to text behind my back. And now Gio tells Cody, yo, I think he's lying. I think he's not telling the truth. I think he's really trying to play me like I'm sweet. And Cody tells Gio, yeah, bro, he trying to play you like you sweet. You need to handle that. I told you should have been staying buddy. Now, if you're not from Florida, you don't know what staying means. So it means commit a violent or horrendous act against someone else. Okay? Again, we're keeping this as subtle as possible. So please, use your imagination, but pretty much anything you could think of with violent or horrendous act is pretty much that. Unless, you don't have an imagination, and then think of Viola Davis and How to Get Away with Murder. Okay? Think that. So anyways, yes, again, my brother tells Gio, Cody tells Gio, yeah, bro, I told you should have been staying that boy since he snitched on you in the first place. Now, mind you, this entire time, my brother has been telling me, like, yo, I know you're not a snitch. I know you didn't snitch. Fuck them boys. It don't matter what they hollering about, because at the end of the day, I know you didn't snitch. You know you didn't snitch. Every real nigga who's standing on the streets knows you didn't snitch. So, you good, right? That's what my brother's been feeding me this whole time. But apparently that was cap, and this whole time he's been holding animosity in against me this entire time, and he starts to showcase it when it came to this situation. So at this point in time, I don't know about the messages between my brother Cody and Gio. So I tell my brother Cody, I'm like, yo, like, fuck bro ass type shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fuck that nigga. Like, we ain't gotta fuck with him no more. And Gio basically fell back from me and Cody because he didn't know, like, if we both set him up or if I just did it type shit. Like, he didn't know what the fuck was going on. So he fell back from both of us type shit. So come to find out, Gio, he just texted me out the blue and he was like, yo. And I was like, yo, what's up? Because he's still under the impression that my girl spent it or whatever, right? Mind you, him and Cody have already had this backdoor conversation already. And Gio, honestly, I can respect it. I can respect him for this. He came clean. He told me everything, showed me the messages, and was like, look, bro, this is what Cody's saying about you. He said that you did it. It's all on you. Oh, and yes, Cody did say that I did it. Cody said that it wasn't my girl, that I was lying, that I took him down, and it was all me by myself. And yes, that's what Cody told Gio. So Gio shows me everything, and he came to me, and he was like, bro, so I just want to know the truth, like what really happened, because this is what Cody's saying, and he's saying that it was all you. So I told Gio everything. I showed Gio all the messages between myself and Cody about how we've been plotting on him for months since his release, how we've been doing this, how we've been doing that. I showed Gio everything because at that point I felt betrayed. I felt like, you're my brother, Cody. You my like blood brother. Like, mind you, yes, I call Gio my brother, but Cody is my blood brother. He's my younger blood brother. Same hoo-ha and everything. Like, well, same fucking dad, different moms. So same ball sack, but different moms. So not hoo-has, but you know what I mean? So I felt real life betrayed. Like, you know what? Fuck this nigga. Like, this how he want to play this creep ass shit? Then fuck it. I got something for you. I told the whole hood everything, because it was niggas in our hood that was motherfucking sitting here and was motherfucking thinking that Cody was they homeboy, thinking that he was keeping it real with them, and the whole time he was plotting on them. When he came back to when he came back to Florida, he was gonna do this, he was gonna do that, this, that, and the third. He was gonna do all this and that to bro, right? Oh, well, to these fine gentlemen, right? So with that being said, I told them all. I had the messages from everything that Cody and I had ever talked about, and I sent the messages that pertain to each individual. I sent them their segment of messages and let them see the type of person that this nigga Cody really was. Because I'm looking at this shit like, if you're backdoor me, you're backdoor anybody, you fuck nigga. And I can't trust you nor fuck with you ever again. And that was how my brother Cody betrayed me. So when I say I've dealt with, bullshit, I've definitely dealt with a lot of bullshit. But to this day, I'll finish the story. So after Gio saw everything and saw all the messages and shit, he was like, bro, fuck that shit. It was only $100. I'm not worried about that shit. I'm not willing to throw my friendship with you away over no petty ass $100, over no bullshit ass money, and this, that, and the third. He was like, but Cody, he a rat, snake ass nigga. I can't fuck with bro because he tried to do you in, basically, do you dirty, like behind your back. My real live blood brother tried to backdoor me over $100 that he got $25 out of, mind you. So nigga, and mind you, I wasn't even really supposed to hit for all that. But I'm not gonna go into excruciating detail of how my brother set up the scope, because at the end of the day, I'm my own man. I take my own accountability for my own actions, and I have my own part to play in the shit. But at the end of it all, I felt like they was both creep, because at the end of the day, yeah, my brother did have a backdoor conversation, but he had to have a backdoor conversation with somebody else. And the fact that you had kept that, because, okay, so after the fallout and everything happened, bro waited like a week to text me this, right? He was like, yo, a week later, because we weren't talking anymore, because he felt played and felt hurt and didn't really understand what the fuck was going on. But come to find out, within that week, he was sitting here talking to Cody the entire time and just not talking to me. And so after that week, that's when he came and showed me the messages, and that's when I was like, yeah, bro, hell nah. Like, you held this shit for a whole week, which means you thought about it, you plotted on it, and you was like, it might be a play that I might, execute. And if you can sit here and think about a bullshit play like that, and even think that you might get off with some bullshit like that, cuz I can't have you around me, fuck nigga. So that's just that. So that's really what, fucked the relationship completely up, because at the end of the day, let's be real, it really wasn't no relationship, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole point of keeping it real. Like, we ain't gonna lie, we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit for y'all, man. So it really wasn't no fucking relationship in the first place, fuck nigga. It was already a plan against you that was concocted with my brother Cody against your bitch ass, but you just didn't know it. The whole plan was that Cody and I concocted was to be friendly with this nigga, make this nigga think that we sweet long enough until my brother came from Ohio to Florida, and then we could execute the plan. But I had to play along and play cool with the nigga and get the nigga location and all that, so when he came from Ohio, we could really go over there and handle business. You know what I'm saying? So, but now with, my brother's betrayal and backdoor, I'm looking at the shit like, damn, maybe the whole plan was we gonna come down here and do that, and then you gonna do this to me. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta watch the company you keep and shit like that. It don't matter the history. It don't matter how long, you've known a person. It don't matter, motherfucking, what the relationship is to you. And that's what really, which will bring me to my next fucking response. With my next point of this podcast today is the response of betrayal. Like, when you're betrayed, how do you respond to that? Because after the messages came out, I went into it. I became a turtle, and I went into my shell, because I was devastated. Okay, like I said, it's keeping it real, so I'm gonna be real with y'all. Ain't no crying sappy shit, but I'm gonna keep this shit real, man. I was devastated because my little blood brother just sat here and backdoored me to a nigga who we don't even fucking know for real. Mind you, the only reason that Cody knows Gio is because I know Gio from school. I introduced Gio and Cody, so without my introduction, Gio and Cody would have never crossed paths, because they're from two different tracks of life. You know what I'm saying? So for me to have made this introduction amongst two men, and for two men to sit here and go behind my back, and for you, Cody, as my blood brother, to go behind my back and fucking betray me like that, with a nigga who's not even family, with a nigga who, if some shit were to go wrong right now, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you my brother, I'm your brother. I'm your keeper, you my keeper. You know what I'm saying? And that's like what I was saying with my definition of family. My brother crossed those uncrossable lines, those unforgivable lines of betrayal, and I was never able to go back, or I'll never be able to go back to a rekindled relationship with my brother. Like, after that, it's over with, it's done for, and that's it, that's all. He'll have to miss out on the life of his nephew, and I'll have to miss out on the life of my niece, because he has a daughter. But at this point, it is what it is because of your father's actions. You know what I'm saying? So, and your uncle's actions. So, you know what I mean? But my response to it was really, for me, like I said, I became a turtle, man. I went into my shell. Like, I just cut everybody off. Like, I just needed like a couple days, a couple weeks to like get my mind right, for real, because after, you know how when you piss somebody off and they just start talking a whole lot of shit about shit that they just been bottling up, that's exactly what happened. Like, apparently my brother had been bottling up a lot of secret hate and animosity for me over the years, over a situation that happened between us when we were 12 years old. And he just never let that go, and he never talked to me about it. We never had a heart-to-heart conversation. We never had a man-on-man conversation. He never came to me like, look, big bro, this is what happened, and this is what you did, and this is how I felt. Because like I said then, and like I say now here on podcast in front of all of you, like I said, we could have talked about it, we could have fixed it, and I could have apologized. I said, there's nothing I could do now because we were 12. I'm 23, he's 22. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do about it when we were 12? But, you know what I mean? It's nothing that we could do now, but all we can do is move past it and work towards not letting that shit happen ever the fuck again. And he just was like, I hear what you're saying, I understand that, but for me, it can never go back to what it was, because you let this situation that we could have talked about and handled as men tear us apart. You let this animosity and secret hatred and secret jealousy of me tear us apart, instead of just coming to me and talking to me. And the secret jealousy comes because I am doing pretty well for a 23-year-old. Okay, to have a fiance, to have a son, to have been with my fiance for 5 years, we live together, you know what I mean, to have my fiance basically and my son and still be doing how I'm doing and not be in poverty, not be poor. Like, we live pretty nice, like we're middle class, and to be so young, I know a lot of people my age look at that and they're like, wow. But specifically my brother Cody, he looked at it with envious eyes, and for me, I could never understand why, because at the end of the day, bro, I'm your brother. If I got it, you got it. You know what I mean? In fact, I offered multiple times for my brother to come back from Ohio, because he claimed every time I spoke with him, he was so miserable living in Ohio. So I offered multiple times for him to come back to Florida and live with me, and I'd help him get on his feet. I'd give him some bread, give him a job, you know what I'm saying, put him in motion. And he refused multiple times and several times and chose to stay in Ohio and struggle. And he took it out on me because I'm over here flourishing and I'm over here thriving and you're not. But it's not my fault that you broke, bro. Like, I'm gonna just be real. Like, I know I couldn't really say this to you when everything was going on because we was arguing and nobody was listening and everybody was yelling and shit like that, but let's just keep it real, gang. It's not my fault that you broke. And if you do come across this podcast, if you do listen to this podcast, I want to say to you personally, Cody, and you know who you are if you've listened this far, I love you, bro. I've always loved you. You're my little brother, and then at the end of the day, you blood. But what you did is just unforgivable and unforgettable, and I could never trust you going forward ever with my life, with my woman's life, or with my son's life, just off of how you moved behind a situation that literally had no value in your life or my life whatsoever. Like, it took away from the bigger picture of the already concocted plan, and it seemed to me that you let a petty $25 cloud your judgment and cloud your vision of what the bigger picture really was and what we were trying to really, accomplish. And for those reasons, I'm out, bro. Like, the relationship is done. It's no hatred on my part towards you. I know we had a little bit of words back and forth, and it made it seem like it was a beef indication between me and you. But realistically, bro, I can't beef with my brother, bro. Like, at the end of the day, brothers fight, they make up. We fought and we made up, or, you know what I'm saying, we tussle, whatever the case may be. We had words, but at the end of the day, bro, just know, bro, like, on my end, I'm good, fam. Like, we good on this end. Keep that negative bullshit to yourself, like real G shit. You know what I'm saying? I hope all's good with you and the fam and all that, but other than that, fam, there ain't really nothing else for me to talk about with you. So we just gonna keep it pushing from that point and get back to my response to betrayal. But if you do listen to this, little bro Cody, I love you and I hope everything's good with you, family. But anyways, chasers and chasettes, man. So I kind of went into my shell and everything, and I was just kind of shut down from the world. Like, my girl was like, you know, you're not yourself. Like, you fucked up. Like, she ain't say it like that. Obviously, she was, you know what I'm saying, sympathetic and everything like that. Like, you know what I mean? Realistically, she was like, nigga, you fucked up. Get yourself together. Get off the floor. Pick your lip up off the floor. Get up. Pick your jaw up, cuz. Pick your jaw up. But it's cool, though, because she was very understanding throughout that time period, because she actually went through something very similar with one of her very, very, very close best friends that she's known for X amount of fucking years. So she was understanding as I was understanding. And, you know, and truth be told, this really was not my first experience with someone very close to me betraying me, with someone very close to me, you know, backstabbing me and backdooring me. It was, in fact, my first experience with someone as close as my brother telling someone that they should kill me. But that was not my first experience dealing with personal, you know what I'm saying, backdooration, you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of hip to it already, and when it did happen, I did shut down for like 2 weeks. But that was more so because I felt like at this point in my life, I keep such a tight-knit circle. Like, I can count everybody I fuck with on like one hand. So it's like, for one of those people to pull out of my one hand count, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, like it hurts, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Like I said, this Keeping It Real, I'm Rundown Q, I'm your host. I'm gonna tell you the truth. So it hurts, man, but it is what it is. Life goes on, and we cannot cry over spilled milk, and we will not lose sleep over a fuck nigga who couldn't even care to think about you. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I responded to it, but I kind of bounced back. But truth be told, I mean, did I ever truly fully recover from that shit? I mean, let's be real. Do we ever? But I'm cool. I'm straight. I still get up every day. I still make money. I still do what I do. I'm still gonna make these fucking podcasts for y'all, so that way y'all can have some entertaining fucking shit to listen to in y'all cars, homes, baths, wherever the fuck you at, man. Listen to this shit in a safe environment, though. I don't need nobody getting fucked up because of me. But nah, man, that was kind of my response to the shit, bro. And yeah, I move on. Now I just kind of sort of, well, I don't even kind of sort of. Now I just focus fully on my family, my son, my girl. I focus fully on my streaming, and I focus fully on the, you know, remaining numbers of friends on my list. But it definitely did open my eyes, because I already knew, like I said, I've been through this situation before. So I already knew that anybody could, you know, betray you. Anybody could do it. It doesn't matter the relationship. It don't matter the history. Like I said, they can betray you at any point in time in your life. But it opened my eyes to the realization that you can't get too comfortable with people, you know? Like that Tupac saying, you can always think that you got something unlocked when somebody else got the spare key. So, you know, not over here though. Y'all be safe though. Not in relationship wise. I'm talking, you know, specifically and strictly. I have to say this because she'll have my head. But fucking specifically and strictly, I'm talking about fucking relationships, like with friends, family, you know. Even though that's true too, relationships, you know. But my relationship is just too solid. So, which brings me to my next point, the family's response of betrayal. Now, my family's response, as we've been taught since we were knee-high to a grasshopper, is that it doesn't matter what your family member does, it doesn't matter what they say, it doesn't matter what the situation or the outcome was, family's still family regardless at the end of the day. Damn near, your family member could shoot you in your motherfucking arm, and fucking, so what? That's your family member, so get over it, we're still family. And that's just our family creed, I guess, for, you know, betrayal. But me personally, my personal take on that is that's bullshit. I don't give a damn if you my motherfucking mom, my dad, my brother, my cousin, my auntie. If you do some bullshit, you do some bullshit. And if you get cut off because you did some bullshit, you can't take that up with me any type of way, or feel any type of way that you got cut off behind your bullshit, because you the motherfucker that did the bullshit in the first place. I just don't feel that saying that just because we blood, we have to fuck with each other. You know what I mean? Just because we family, we have to fuck with each other. That's bullshit. When somebody crosses that line, bad chasers and chasettes, man, you let them know you crossed that motherfucking line, and that's some shit that I just cannot stand for. So I just can't fuck with you no more, regardless of that relationship. So that's my personal take on my family's response to betrayal. That's how they feel like we should look at betrayal. But personally, do what you feel is best for you, because at the end of the day, this your life and you gotta live that shit, not your family. So that pretty much wraps up today's podcast. If you made it thus far, I thank you for taking this journey with me on my very first episode of Keeping It Real, episode 1, Brotherhood. If you would like to stay up with me and up to date on everything that I have going on, from my streams on Kick or Twitch to my socials, like I said, where I post this, I will post a Linktree link that has all of my socials, all of my Twitch streams, all of my shit to keep up with what the fuck I got going on. So you can click that link, you can subscribe to the channel, you can fucking hit me on Discord to contact me if you want to run a game or if you want to be featured on the podcast. It doesn't matter, just hit me up, let me know. And yeah, chasers and chasettes, that pretty much concludes today's episode. I thank you so much for listening. Stay tuned. I want to drop a episode every week, so when you guys hear this, it'll be dropping about 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday, August the 2nd. So I want to drop these once a week, every Friday at 3 p.m. So stay tuned for that. I'll keep everybody updated. I'll keep everybody posted. Thanks so much for the love. Thanks so much for the support. And have a great rest of your Friday when you hear this. Thank you, much love, and peace.
Bye-bye.